Hey everyone. Hello. Come on in. Oops. Sorry, my dog started barking when I said that. Hello. Hi, Bill. Hi, Madison. Hi, Janet. Say hello to me. Tell me where you're from. Hi, Jean. Izzy, stop it. California. I did not know that, Janet, or if I did, I forgot it, because that's easy for me to do. We'll see if we can get anyone else in here. Hello, let's see. We're getting some other people in. Okay. Just trying to see if more folks will join. Now I have to figure out how to get out of this. I'm trying something different. Okay, there's Kristen. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Lucy. Okay. Well, as people are loading in, I'm going to just start in on my spiel today, and I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try to stop every now and again and try to look to see if there's some questions so that I can try to answer as we go. I get kind of going, you know, and today might be, I was waiting to see if my friend Karen is on. Karen, if you're on, will you say hello? My friend Karen decided to join up on my team today, so I was hoping she was watching so she could say hello to everyone. Hi, Karen. Well, we'll get going and she might join in here soon. But Karen joined with me today, and I just wanted to say hello, thank you, congratulations, you're going to love it. Okay, let's get going, because I'm really excited, and I kind of have a lot to show you, which every week I know I say that, but I really do. So this time I'm going to give you kind of a sneak peek of the new Stamparatus. And I am excited about this quite a bit. I actually have it hidden underneath here because I got to playing around with this. I just got this. Now, currently, for those who don't have it or didn't have it in the pre-order that they had, you can't get this now till June, but it's coming, and so this is the sneak peek, and I'm going to show you how to use it today. I'm going to give you a couple of tips, and I'm going to explain what all comes with it. So this is the Stamparatus, and on the back side, it has these magnets, and you can cover them. They're very, very powerful. In fact, I think they're some of the most powerful magnets. They're going to be what holds your paper into position. I covered mine, yeah, see? So I covered mine with duct tape because I wanted something that would hold it really well, and also they can actually break if they snap together too hard, and so the duct tape actually kind of holds it all together. So for demonstration tonight, I'm probably just going to use the one. You can use it a couple of different ways to do a couple of different things, but we're going to explore them all today. So this is a stamp positioning tool. So it's a little bit different than some other ones that are out on the market. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm going to just talk about ours and how delightful it is. So this has, it comes with these two plates that hook in. So you can hook one there and you can hook one here. And I'm going to show you the benefit of that. We're going to start off with just one. I guess I can just leave that on here. And it comes with a foam mat, and this is so that when you use like photopolymer stamps, and I'm going to start off with red rubber so we won't need this, but photopolymer stamps don't have any cush, and so this gives you a little bit of the cush. But when it's just the red rubber stamps, you won't need it. So let's start with what we're going to be making. So I made some cute little cards. And Karen, if you did end up joining, has anyone seen Karen? Hi, Erica. It's good to see you. Hi, Jenna. I looked over. Hi, Andy. I'm glad you guys came. Even though some of you girls know how the Stamparatus works, but this is still fun. So, this was one of the sets that Karen was looking at today, and I was going to do it, and I'm going to set these to the side for now, and I'm just going to start with the Stamparatus and how it works. So this must be the paper that I decided to go with. You can use it anywhere on here. For me, I like to use more of this outside edge that doesn't have the hinge side to it, just because the hinge does have a slope so I can get a better impression. And why I have a piece of, what is this called? Post-it note on here is because it just helps me line up my paper each time. So the grid sheet is very good at that, but I know that I want to work on this outside edge, so I just followed it from the Stampin' Up! Image here. So I'm going to lay that down, and then this is the magnet that I was telling you about. Very sturdy. It hooked right away. So the stamp set that we're going to be using is A Beautiful Day, and I'm going to use that butterfly. So let's pull her out. And then to hook this onto the Stamparatus, I want to, you know, obviously if this was a project where I wanted to have it centered someplace, I could. So it is a stamp positioning tool. So I lay it down where I want it to go, and that way it gives me a little more. I'm going to go right there and then go over. That's it. Now it's hooked. So this is like, this would be like my block now, only I've hooked it onto here. So I know it's in the place that I want it to be stamped, so already, because I put it in the place that I wanted it to be stamped. So I can go ahead and ink it up. Now I'm purposely not going to ink this up correctly because I want to show you why this is so important. So you stamp your image down, and we've all done this before, and you pull up the block and, oh no, I didn't get the whole image. You can easily re-ink that image because it's in the same place. And it looks like I need to concentrate kind of heavy on this end and right in the middle. So I'm going to give that a good, these are really decent plates. They're like sturdy, so they will hold up to a little pressure. And I'm going to add, and I'm going to do a little tip. Really, when you want even pressure, it's good to stand up. And I'm just walking it around. The other thing that I like is it doesn't rock the image. So let's see if I got it this time. I did. Can you guys see the difference? Do I need to move this up a little bit? Oh, Brina, hi. Joy, I'm so glad you came. Tanya, yay. Oh, there's Karen. Karen, I was just telling everybody about you signing up today. Yay, Karen. Congratulations. So now you can see, now if I really wanted to be picky, I could, because that image on the middle is just not giving me quite as nice. I'm stood up here, pushing down. Perfect image. Yay. Okay, so this is the first thing that the Stamparatus will do. So let's pull that off, and we're going to go on to our card, and then I'm going to show you other things that the Stamparatus will do. So I'm going to just clean that image off, or I will have ink everywhere. Let's just move this out for now. I'm going to give you tips as we go. So, Karen, you were looking at this set. I told you I'd be using it tonight. So for my card, the way I colored that in is I used our watercolor pencils. And I have some extra ones because if you've been watching my videos, I had ordered the kit that came with these 4 extra ones. So there's 2 exclusive colors, which would be the Lemon Lime Twist and the Flirty Flamingo in here. And I did use on the outside edge of this one, that's the Flirty Flamingo, and then the Berry Burst. But since Andy's here, I'm going to have to make a big deal about my Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to be using Lemon Lime Twist and my Bermuda Bay, and then that comes in this is what comes in the original box that you can order out. These were the extras from that kit. So I'm going to use the yellow, the Lemon Lime Twist, and the Bermuda Bay. Did I say it enough, Andy? Have I met the requirements? Let's see if I'm missing anything. Oh, I see some hearts going now. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. And the way I started mine is I just started with the color in the middle, and I did the lightest and I went out to the darkest. And you can do these. These are going to come out different every single time you do them. That's the wonder of watercolor, blender pens, watercolor pencils. These are water soluble. So this is going to look, and you'll see when I get to the darker colors, because I'm sure the camera doesn't quite pick it up. Okay, that's the yellow. And I'm going to pull it up when I'm done so you can see. I'm going to go back in with the green. This is the Lemon Lime Twist green, so it's a very yellowish green. So it kind of matches good here, but it really does go good with the Bermuda Bay. And you see, I'm not being very artistic about that. I'm going to show you up close. I'm just doing circles, and kind of going around the image. Karen, did Donna make it on? Hi, Kelly. There's a new name I haven't seen. Go in here a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to do the Bermuda Bay. And you can see I'm not being super, I'm just kind of doing circles here. There's no rhyme or reason, except I'm just putting the color down. And then what I'm going to do, and just for time, I'm going to go back and I'm going to lay some color down heavier right on the outside edge. And I think I might follow that in here and around here. And I'm going to pull the, I'm going to put this up to the camera before I use the blender pen. And this is another option, Karen, with blender pens, since we were talking about those today. Let me stop and look and see what's... Hi, Madison, sweetie. I thought you had to work. Okay, here's my image. And I'm going to stop and just pull it up so that maybe the camera can see. Hi, Deb. Can you see that that's not colored in very nice? Okay. So then I'm going to take the blender pens and I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper down. And I'm going to make sure that there's no color left from the last time I used it. Okay. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to just do part of this here. I'm going to come back in with that blender pen and I'm going to go the lightest first. So I'm going to the yellow. And since I'm going to a darker color, I don't need to, you can, in between, you clean them off for the next color. And I'm going to blend this in. And I'm going to blend that in just a little bit with that Bermuda Bay on that outside edge. And then on the inside edge. And then I'm going to go into the Bermuda Bay and kind of blend that back into and kind of smooth out all of those lines that I had. And where I laid that color down, I'm going to leave a little bit extra there on that edge, on that outside edge, but then I'm going to blend it all in. Okay. So you can see from the top of the butterfly to the bottom of the butterfly how that took the water. Hi, Carmen. Laura, hi. How that took the image and it went from not so blended to blended, right? Okay. And then what I did is I ended up cutting the whole image out with just a pair of paper snips. And I just realized something. So just for the sake of time, voila, it's done. So now I'm going to show you how to build that card. Okay, we have, and I want to get the name of them because I never remember stuff. Petal Pear, and it's these two, and if you guys watched my husband Bill's basics, he did his first video. Bill, I'm throwing you a bone here. He did a wonderful job teaching how to use embossing folders, and you can find that on my blog. You can also find it on YouTube. But you would use that principle running it through the Big Shots, but for the camera now, I went ahead and ran it through, and I did the one, it comes with kind of this vine, and then it comes with these flowers, and I did the flowery one for this one. So I just wanted to show you what it was. We're going to take that on a black card base, and my favorite Tombow glue. Because this is embossed, I do add a little bit extra on here. So I go ahead and attach that to my card base. And that Tombow glue gives me just a minute to what? Who's going to answer? To move it around. Okay, so I've got that. And I realized that I took my paper snips to Karen's house today, so I need to make sure I have them here. We kind of made a day of it, didn't we, Karen? I hope I didn't leave them there. Karen, I may have left my paper snips at your house, so we're going to make do. This is the Lemon Lime Twist, and it's, does it say on here? It is the ombre ribbon, and it is 1/4 inch. And we're going to add that to our project. And because I am bow challenged, we're going to do a knot tonight. I do have a bow in my other card, but I can't always steer from them. So I will use my rubber These trim the rubber off the edges of my stamps. So I'm just going to tie a knot. It's simply just a granny knot, but I need to see how much I need here. Okay, so see, we may do. I'm going to trim that down a little bit, and I'll trim it at an angle. Okay. So now our little butterfly can go here, and I'm going to use a couple of glue dots to stick him. Oh, I like him about there. Perfect. So we got him down, and I want to use I'm going to use a rhinestone just in the center of him, just to add a little glitz. Okay, and then we're going to go to the sentiment, how I did him. So I've got about a 1-inch strip, and when I save the, I literally have, I'm going to even show you, this is, here's the secret of me right here. Here's I save these little scraps because I never know when I'm going to need a sentiment. And so this is about a 1-inch scrap that I have, and I need lots of I always need birthday cards. So I'm going to use a birthday card here, and I'm just going to ink this up. And this is why I always like having a scrap piece of paper, because I always like to try my stamps first. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to, I don't want to stick my head in here, but I'll try to get it as straight as possible. If not, we'll flip it over. There's 2 sides to paper. Not too bad. Okay, so anybody else who's been watching me for a while, what is my new flag punch that I really love? It's the tailored tag punch that they have in the Occasions catalog this year. Why do I like it? Just because it's quick and easy for me. We have a triple banner punch that's really, really good too. But I just use the top of that to make that flag. So I'm going to cut that off. And then bringing my card in here, and let's get this stuff out of the way because I'm kind of all over the place today. I want to kind of measure this off. I'm gonna trim some of this excess off, and here's our Stampin' trimmer. And I'm not going to be too, oh, that moved on me. Is it going to get it? It did. The Stampin' trimmer. And so I wanted that right in here. So I'm just going to glue it down. That's it for this card. Pretty easy. Okay, so let me turn and look. Sherry! Hi! Yes, it is a nice birthday sentiment. Anyone else? I can't wait to play and copy. Okay, so here we go. Now, my thing, and the first thing that my mother said when I showed her this card, which, you know, you got to show Mom your cards. You got to send Mom your cards. So, it kind of looks stained glass, I think. Don't you think? Let's see some love really quick. Can someone throw me some hearts or some likes so I know that you think it looks like stained glass? Yay! Thank you. Joy, yes, I can. I've tried that 3 times. I just need to break down and buy a new phone. So I can try to get in. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if it will let me. Okay, without making everyone sick, I'm going to knock this camera. But it's not letting me zoom in right at the moment, or I don't know how to. So I am working on some technical things. You're not the first person who said that. So, hi Fran. Thank you. So here's the cards. That's the first one with the Stamparatus of how to get the position of the image, and how if you don't get the full image stamped, you can stamp it again. So now we're going to do the next one to like show you another thing that this can do, because we've all seen tools that, like the Stampin' was another positioning tool, but this has more than just that it'll do. So let's go to the next thing. So again, I'm going to have it open here, and I'm going to take that off for a moment. Let's grab the next project. And this project is more to show the example than it is for the card. I'm going to be using Peekaboo Peach, Flirty Flamingo, and Calypso Coral. And I'm going to be using the Perennial Birthday set. And I'm just going to be using the Happy Birthday, because again, I need lots of happy birthdays. So, mostly because I signed up for my team. Now I got to get on that. I think I was late with one person's, and I kind of felt bad about that. So let's get our project out, and I'm going to show you how to do what's called a walking technique. So I'm using, to start off with, I'm using a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of white paper. I'm going to put it down like I showed you earlier. I just line it up by my post-it note there to keep it, it moves, it's like a little stop. So it doesn't move around as much on me. And then I'm going to place the magnet in place. And I want this image, this happy birthday image, right up at the top here. And I kind of want it centered, and I have to, I think that's about right. So I'm going to press it down to get my image on there. And I'm going to start with the Peekaboo Peach, and I'm just going to ink up my image. Trying to ink it up with that there. And I think that looks good and inky. Okay. And I'm going to stamp my image down. Obviously, if it wasn't inky enough, I'll know here in just a minute. And I just give it a minute to let that ink transfer onto the paper. Yeah, there was an area right there. Okay. So that's wonderful because it wasn't inked quite the way I wanted it. Now, I want to go to the next color, but before I do, I'm leaving the stamp where it is, and I'm just going to pull it out and walk it down to the next joint. So let me see if this is in camera. So this, now it's down to the next joint here. Let's see, I'm looking back to see at my computer, and I'm like 30 seconds off from you. So great. Okay, so there we go. And I'm gonna just quickly wipe this off, and I'm gonna go to the Flirty Flamingo and stamp that up, or ink that up. And because it moved it, it's perfectly in line. It's the same image, perfectly in line. Yay. Now I'm going to move it down another one, and I'm going to go to a darker color. And you don't necessarily always have to clean off your stamp if you're going to a darker color, if it's in the same color family. So I'm going to go with Calypso Coral. And I'm going to stamp it again. So I haven't had to move the stamp. It's in perfect place because this is being held down by my magnet, and I'm walking the color. Okay, I want that to be darker, so I'm going to go over it again. And also because it didn't ink as well, so it's in the perfect placement. I don't have to worry about lining it up with my eyeball. Now, who doesn't think this? Oh, I see awesome from Kristen. Yes, you see what I mean when I told you this is awesome? It is awesome. So now, let's just pull this off so I can put it away. And you see I have perfectly stamped up image. And let's pull out let's make a card out of this one. And then I'll show you another technique that this thing does. In the meantime, I'm going to put it up the right way so I don't ruin it. This I'm just doing a real quick, I've got a Flirty Flamingo card base. And I've got 5 1/8 and 3 7/8 matte for this. So this is a nice bright card. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. To the mat. And that's Peekaboo Peach is the mat. For those who aren't familiar with our colors that could be on here. Yay! Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and, what am I going to go ahead and do? I'm going to go ahead and, I got to look at my original. I'm going to use the Peekaboo Peach, and this is the crinkled, I think it's called a crinkled seam binding ribbon. I love this stuff. It's very light, so it'll look nice and fluffy on your projects, but it actually is, it'll just lay really flat in an envelope and be super mailable. So I'm going to come across here, and it's so hard to do these on camera. I'm just going to cut it off. Give myself a big old, that's way too much, but I can't do this on the thing like I normally do. So place my finger in the middle, come around, gotta go through the bunny hole, you know. Okay, look at how fluffy it is. Oh, I love how fluffy it is. And I don't care that that's kind of going. Ah, I love that. Yay! So, we're going to glue that on. This stuff is pretty tacky, you guys. You don't need more than just a thin bead of it. Ooh, bright, bright, bright. Okay. Ooh, that's bright. I wanted to try this just because I didn't know if I'd like it or not. And I do. Okay, and then let's see, what do we got here? Now this just smashes in the mail, so it's mailable. That's one of my favorite things about this seam binding ribbon. So let's take my paper piercer here and let's just see. We'll do one here and one there for a little bling on there. Okay, guys. And then here was my original. Obviously, you can do this in different colors and stuff. It's just a quick, simple, okay, I love the colors, Laura said. I'm going to take a minute and just kind of read what you guys are saying. I use the clear window sheet over the paper to make sure it's cracked before stamping on the paper. Oh, that's a good idea. That is a better camera shot. Better viewing now. Okay. Awesome, you guys. Good. So it just shows you it's walking down. And I think that's pretty cool. That's just another thing. But then yet, there's something else that this does. And this is kind of the most impressive. I am trying to... Oops. We'll get the next thing out. So, I'm going to bring the Stamparatus back. We've had people call them a Stampasaurus. It's a Stamparatus. But if you call it a Stampasaurus, I'm probably just going to giggle at you. Okay. Now this one that I'm about to do is a photopolymer set. And so we're going to have some fun wild colors because this is the Celebration Peacock. And it is a clear set, like so. So we're going to go this, I'm not going to actually, well, I need to sometimes stop talking and just do. Okay, because this is a, not a red rubber stamp, it is a photopolymer stamp, we need the mat to get a better stamped image. And I like to turn my mat over, to be quite honest. Just because I stamp on the edge and that's got the Stampin' Up! Logo there. I suppose I could turn it this way too. Okay. There's been a couple ways I was doing this and now I can't remember them on camera. But I'm going to use both of my magnets. The other thing that I like is you can pull the magnet free easier with the duct tape. So I'm going to use both of them this time. And set them kind of apart from each other to really hold this image down. Maybe I should do it this way since I'm doing, I know how I'm going to kind of stamp this. Okay, and I want to make sure that my paper's straight. And some of the ways that I was doing that is pushing it up against the end and pulling it down. I like to stamp over here more than I do up in that area. Sometimes I'm so inside my head. I don't know how you guys are following me. Okay, so the first image that I'm going to start with, we're going to do this peacock, and I'm going to do floofies on the peacock. I'm going to do 4 different pieces, and I'm going to show you how to do that, but we're going to do this one at a time, and I'm going to be using 2 sides of the Stamparatus this time. Boy, you need to really have an area here. Okay, so I'm going to start with his body, because where his body positions tells me where, where his tails are positioned tells me where his body and where his little floofies that I'm going to do go. So I'm going to just put it down just like I do the red rubber. So I'm going to start him kind of up here because I'm going to have him have some stuff trailing out. So maybe I want him right about there. Okay, take my first plate over to get him. Now, be really careful with your photopolymer stamps. They kind of are sticky, so maybe I'll bring my... Okay, now I'm going to start with Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to ink him up. Well, the very first thing you don't do is ink so hard that you get it everywhere. Thank goodness it's so clean-upable. Clean-upable? It's a word. So I'm gonna get that image on there, and I'm gonna bring him over and stamp him down. And I love the clear ones because you can see it and know that you're getting it stamped right. Oh, first shot. Look at there. That might be a first. Okay, then I want to stamp his body, so I know that his body fits right in here. So I'm going to line him up with the already... There we go. If he doesn't stick to my hands. Okay. The image has a place for his body to go in. So I'm going to come down this way now and get him on there, and I'm going to ink him up, and I think I'm going to do rich, or this is Berry Burst because it's bright and fun. So I'm going to ink him up. Even though I have it on here, it's not going to touch my project. So we're going to stamp him down. But you can take the time to wipe it off, and I usually do just because I can't stand it. Okay, I wanted him darker. He didn't come off. I got the camera right in my face, so he didn't come off as dark as I want. So I'm going to re-ink him because I want him darker. Yay! Oh my gosh, he came out so cute. Okay, now I want to, let's do some of these feathery things coming up. And well, which ones do we want to do? Let's do this one right now. So I want these coming down from him. And how do I like them? Oh, I like that. So now I'm going to take my plate. I'm going to flip it over. Catch him on that side. Okay, I'm going to stop and see if anybody's following me still, because this is pretty cool. Open it up, it's caught on that side, and I'm going to go straight for my Bermuda Bay because I want his little feathers on the end to be the Bermuda Bay. So this little flourish is going to come down here like so. And if I want it a little darker, I can go again. Is it too far down? Let me see. Let me move this up. It's because I got this. Can you guys see this? And I'm going to stamp it again so you can see what I did. Okay, can you see this or not? Can someone throw some... Okay, throw some likes or something so I can see it. Okay, great. So you can see that, okay? So I still have my image inked up, or my image of the... I got two different images on one plate. Now I got to move this out of the way. But I want to do the fourth image. So I'm going to take my plate, flip it over again, the one up on top, and I'm going to have this one coming this away up here. I don't want it necessarily right there. So I get it right where I want it. I come pick up that image again, ink my image, stamp down so you can see here is my peacock. Now, if I'm making a bunch of these at one time, let's just say I'm doing it again. I take this, I flip it over, I ink it up, I flip, 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 flip until I get this image again. So if I'm making multiple cards of the same thing, that's how I would do that. That is how versatile this is. I don't know if you guys can see that. Then there's other images in here, like if you want to, you know, well, I'll do one. Like if you wanted to add different decorations or whatever to it, you can. And I think they're really pretty. So, say I wanted to add some interest here to my peacock. see? So, and this is one of the celebration items that's really only good for the next 2 weeks, guys. So I'm going to clean this up here real quick before we get into our drawing and everything. I just wanted to show you how you could stamp on all different sides of the Stamparatus. Again, this is not available until June, I'm not sure the date, June something, but I wanted to give you a sneak peek of how you could use this, and I think, boy, I'm really inky. I think that this is going to be quite the hot item this summer when it does come out. So this is called a Stamparatus. Okay, let's move my stuff here. And so if you would like to buy these things other than the Stamparatus, because remember, it doesn't come, Joy says, I'm salivating over waiting on the Stamparatus. I know. Positioning the stamps, it works great for that. And, oh, I'm seeing some hearts and likes now. Thank you, guys. So, if you want to order anything, and I sure would love to earn your business, you can order, especially now during celebrations is a great time, because for every $50 you spend, you get some free item out of the celebrations catalog. Order using my host code. This is my new host code for this, M2YHYZMP. This is going to go until the 10th of next month. You can find me at Piccadilly Stampin'. Just remember there's no G on there. If you do order, if it's $150 or more, do not use that host code, because you'll be eligible for Stampin' Rewards, and I want you to get your Stampin' Rewards. You can find me obviously here on Facebook, and you can find me Pinterest, and now I'm on YouTube. And my wonderful husband is doing videos now too, so he's doing for the new people starting out who've never stamped before, kind of the basic things, learning to use like the big shots, and he'll be doing some embossing and stuff like that. And I have to thank him so much for being such a sport for doing that, so thank you so much, honey. And let's see, it's celebrations time, so this is one of those times where if you want to join, this is the great time to join, and I would love to have you on my team. Like I said, Karen, thank you so much for joining today. Yay! We're going to have an awesome team. There's a lot of perks to being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. For one thing, you get things like the Stamparatus before the public gets them, so you get those neat things. You get a discount, so if you have a hobby and you want the discount, this is the way to go. A lot of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and probably most of you who are here on my wall, are hobbyists, and that's great. And so there's no problem with that. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to sell a thing. You can just get the discount. So if you have any questions, hook up with me. I would love to tell you about that. Now, let's get to what you guys are waiting for. So how do you win prizes with me? You win prizes by sharing this video to your wall. If you share this video right now to your wall, your name gets entered into a drawing. And I do this every week. And I had a bunch. I had 52 people share last week. And I want to say thank you so much, because word of mouth is really important. However, you need to make sure that your privacy settings are set where I can see that, because not everybody's name got into the drawing. Just because it doesn't, your privacy settings are too, check your privacy settings is what I'm getting at, so that they're not so locked up that when you share something like that, I can't see that. Or the other thing you can do, and I do watch the video usually the next day, you can write on there that you shared my video on there, and then I get your name in there. I had people, and I want to say thank you to some people who shared my video off of YouTube this time, and they wrote shared on YouTube, so I got their name off of that. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much for all those people. Okay, we're ready for the drawing. I don't care if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you are qualified to be my drawing as long as you're in the United States. Okay, here we go. So, mixing them up, mixing them up, mixing them up. Okay, I got a couple caught here. Jean, I think we need to do another drawing. I put my mom and my husband in here because they do share my video, but I think maybe we just need to give this to someone else this time. Okay, Lucy Schmidt, yes! You won, and let me show you what you won. Right now during celebrations, we have this shimmer ribbon. There is a 3-pack of shimmer ribbon. It's Bermuda Bay, which I love. It's basic gray, and Calypso Coral. So I need you to email me your address, and I will send this off to you, okay? Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. Lucy, are you still on here? I don't know if she's still on here, but thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week right back here. Also, remember, tomorrow my Quickadilly, that is a play on Piccadilly, my Quickadilly video, meaning it's less than 15 minutes, is coming out, and it's a really cute little box. So stick around for that, and you'll find that on my blog or on my Facebook wall. So good night, everyone. Bye.